Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. In this video is to bring you a closer look at the Rockwood number 445. This is a 445 shown in the 613 finish. I have one removed from the packaging here so we can take a closer look. This is what is called a heavy-duty stop. When you look at the stop, just between my finger and thumb, when you look at the stop, there's nothing unusual about it. It's a dome stop, it's a modern style stop, the height, the width, the bumper, nothing's unusual about it. But what makes this heavy duty is the difference between a single mounting point where there's a single fastener to having two fasteners. Okay, that's what makes this heavy duty. I've seen these door stops, the modern style door stops, Rockwood's RM850, the RM800 series for that matter. They're great, they're very nice looking, available in many finishes. People love them. What they don't do well, however, is surviving substantial volume or use and abuse on the door opening. I've seen those door stops just bent over with the anchor, having been somewhat pulled out of the floor. When you spread those mounting points out like this, even though between my finger and thumb it's a regular stop, you really improve its ability to just withstand lots of lateral movement, lots of lateral attack on this. Okay, and that's what makes this heavy duty. This is the 445. Let's go over its dimensional properties right quick. Overall depth, about 4 inch. Overall width up here, looks like it's about 1 7/8 inches. I'll hold it upside down. Its overall height is about 1 1/16 inches. Okay, that lip length or thickness is about 3/16. So it's about 15/16 nominally. Now the projection of the bumper itself is about 3/4 inch. So if your undercut is going to be 3/8, 7/16, ½ inch, 5/8, I think you're in real good shape pretty much on all of those. I wouldn't want to have an undercut. I'd probably say ½ inch would be my cutoff before I went to the H unit, the taller unit. Hollow metal doors, this is not probably going to be the best choice because an undercut on a hollow metal door is going to be 3/4 inch. Not a lot of the door is going to make contact with this. If this is sitting on the same floor that the hollow metal frame is sitting on, 3/4 inch, not much making contact there. Okay, so my opinion is ½ inch would be about maybe 9/16, right in that range would be my maximum undercut. Undercut is defined from the distance from the bottom of the door to the bottom of the jamb, assuming the jamb sits onto that floor. The clearance is a different dimension. The clearance is from the top of the floor condition to the underside of the door. So I might be more accurate saying I would not want my clearance to exceed ½ inch rather than my undercut, because you could have your frame set and then ½ inch of something's been brought in, and now what was a 3/4 inch undercut is now a 1/4 inch undercut because you've put your frame down, you've brought a ½ inch of flooring material. Now the gap below the door is really tiny. An epoxy floor, some sort of coating to the floor, tile that's been added, whatever the case is. When they put that down to the subfloor, which, in concrete construction, you've got a 20-story. We did the old Standard Oil building in Chicago, I think it was 900 South Michigan or 910 South Michigan. That was a Standard Oil building at one time, mid-20th century. That turned into condo in about 1997 or so. I forget how many hundreds of units there were, but there were hundreds of door openings that we supplied, and then lock sets for everything. But the point was we had to order a custom undercut on all of the hollow metal doors because the frames went in, they were mortared, and then they were pouring the concrete after that in the parking structure, which sucked up, I forget what the dimension was, but it sucked up a lot of that room. If you haven't planned for that, you've got something to contend with there. So anyway, back to the doorstop. This is in the 613 finish. This is cast brass and an oil rub bronze finish. Very nice looking finish from Rockwood on this. This will include, Rockwood does a great job. They're my favorite. They're my favorite in many regards. This is one of them. They send a comprehensive fastener package. Wood screw, plastic anchor, machine screw, lead anchor. There's nothing I can think of that you can't install this to. Well, no, there's nothing. I was thinking a sheet of steel. Well, you can drill and tap. It's got everything you need. If it is a masonry application, use those lead anchors. That's what's really going to keep this from getting crushed in. The plastic anchors, they're just also ran when it comes to the world of anchors. Use those lead anchors when you can. Drill those holes, set those lead anchors down, run those machine screws in. You'll need a stick of dynamite to pull it out of the floor at that point, in my experience. Let's switch to the screen view now, and let's take a closer look at all of the supporting documentation. If you are enjoying this video, please click thumbs up or like, and also please consider subscribing to our channel. Let's move on to the rest of the video. Here is the item that we are looking at. Okay, images of this item down below, here they are. Shows you the unit itself. Screw package. This little discoloration, that's normal. This is what's called oil-rubbed bronze. This base material has been literally rubbed with oil. So it will be oily like that. Splotchy. Side view. That's what the door sees. And it's got 1 inch left. That's the backside. That's what the wall sees. Bottom, that's what the floor sees. I don't know if this is replaceable. I've got a question to the manufacturer on that, and I'll update the profile of the item when I find out if that rubber bumper can be pulled out and replaced. I wouldn't be shocked if it wasn't. I would be surprised if it wasn't. Okay. Although, because they import this, obviously, they probably don't import those bumpers separately, would be my guess. Okay. Now, below this video, let's get back to it. All right, let's take a look. Okay, so there is some extended description information down below. Heavy duty stop. They say the base material is bronze. I called it brass earlier. I don't think they have castings made of brass and bronze, even though they do list it as such. Dimensional properties. They say it's a Duraflex bumper. That's their brand name for their rubber. In many of their, I think all of their products that take a stop or a bumper. Fastener package is detailed. Extra heavy duty dome type stop for heavy and high frequency doors. Template. Let's look at that. Here you go. Dimensional properties. We've kind of gauged that out. I didn't give you this dimension though. So because it's so wide, you might want to make sure you've got ample room to get that door stopped in the position you want, but enough room behind there, which is going to be 2 13/16 back here. So you might want to make sure you've got that room. And they say the lip height is 3/16. Right on, that's what we said. Then there's a link below this video also as well to the product brochure. Let's take a look at that. This will show this 445 and the H version of the 445. The H version gives you that taller height for a greater clearance or undercut. However, we want to qualify that. And that height is an additional 9/16 taller. So your 3/4 inch undercut, clearance, that's where you're going to be talking right there. Also available in different finishes. That was that modern style. I said RM850. The 446 is equal to the RM850. That's fine. Airport lounges, bathrooms, no way. It looks nice. This is not what you need there. That's going to get pulled out of the floor. My opinion. You need to get heavier than a 445. Let's dive into that. Below this video here is a link to the manufacturer's page. And when you click on that, we're going to be able to pull up not only all of the Rockwood products we sell, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. Let's click on that, and let's look at some of the other items. We get that catalog pulled up. Let's do a find function, Control F for 445. We'll get to the section where we can see our stops. We're going to scroll through. There we go. So here are some pretty heavy-duty hitters. The 462, the 63, the 64, those get drilled and then packed into concrete with mortar mix. That's how you install those. There's no screws. Those are put into a hole of concrete. Very heavy-duty unit here. That's 3 1/4 inch diameter, so that'll give you some idea of as to how large that is. That's a pretty epic 1/2 inch diameter lag bolt. That's a 1/2 inch lag bolt. It's a lot of steel. More of those that get put into mortar. These are very heavy duty as well because they take a very large 5/16 bolt that goes down into the floor. Floor mount, wall mount. Additional heavy duty units, I like these because same concept. They have additional mounting points. Gooseneck style. If you use your imagination, you can see why we call it a gooseneck style. Holder style. Back in the old days, a customer is going to either need a baseboard stop, a hinge pin stop, a dome stop, a wall stop, or give me the heavy duty one. And when they said give me the heavy duty one, it was always the 486. Or that style anyway. So someone said I want the heavy duty one. That's usually what they meant. They didn't care about aesthetics. They had a problem that went on and on and on. The wall stop, the door stop keeps breaking. Give me the heavy duty one. They're done. They want the problem solved. Wall mount version. The 488 and 489, these are door stops. These are used in cased opening frames. When there is no stop on the door and frame, this is a hardware version of a stop. Where you would use those would be center hung pivots, concealed edge pole, then you're going to need a stop. Then you will need a stop. 488 is for a single door. You can do the 489 a little bit longer if you had a pair of doors, holders, etc. Okay, let's wrap up this video on camera. In conclusion, very nice quality little gizmo that we have working here. Doorstop. Okay. I am partial to Rockwood because I like their fit and finish. I like many things about them. They're prompt, reliable, extremely predictable shipping lead times. They have a mastery over the predictable manufacturing and shipping lead time world. No one can lay a glove on them in my experience when it comes to trim and auxiliary hardware. There is really good quality customer service people, tech support, A to Z. Everything is really nice with Rockwood. You've got to really search for a reason to not use Rockwood, is the bottom line. They have a pretty comprehensive offering of material that they keep in stock as well. Any questions on the 445 and a 613 or any other Rockwood product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you. Again, thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up, please subscribe, and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.